Sagittarius, welcome to your funny and your most favorite fellow fire sign. Welcome to your funny Armenian guy where I serve as slave at the Renaissance Tarot. So today, Sagittarius, I'm going to be doing your twin flame reading for the month of November. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at the main energy between you and your twin flame, past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all the cards for you, close up with some advice, and close with some messages of love. And all of that was said almost in one breath. Anyways, let's get into your reading. Dear Sagittarius, I would like to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Now, Sagittarius, twin flame journey is not the easiest. You know why you're watching this. You know that obviously there has been a very intense connection between you and your twin flame. This is a separation reading. So if you've been in separation with your twin and this separation has facilitated your spiritual growth and your spiritual awakening, you are someone that you have been really just changing a lot of things about yourself. A lot of mirroring has happened between your twin flame, then this reading is for you. And most importantly, I am giving 6 personal readings for free on the membership site. So when you choose to become a member for the month of November, or moving forward, I'm gonna give more like perks and stuff, but you might have the opportunity to be chosen as someone who can ask a question, get an answer when I'm live on the membership site for all signs in November. Just wanna let you know, honey. So I'm saying, so let's get into your reading, Sagittarius, and see what's up for my fellow cutie patooties. Okay, so the energy between you and your twin flame is the Justice, Sagittarius. Some of you are dealing with the Libra. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Magician. So the energy between you and your twin flame, Sagittarius, with the Justice, there is definitely a strong need here to make something right, okay? You might have thought that this is maybe a karmic, maybe they're a karmic, toxic person, whatever. We don't do no labels here, sprinkle like that, okay? So for a lot of you with the Justice, I feel like many of you, you want to set something right with your person. You want equality and you want peace. You want peace. You want pace. You want a piece of that cake, you know what I'm saying? So for a lot of you, definitely with the Justice, you and your twin flame, you know, there is a separation. You want to make things right. There might be some legal matters involved here. Someone here divorcing, marrying, whatever it might be. I do strongly feel like here that with the Justice, you know, this separation here that happened, there is a sense of unfairness. Why did this happen? But also at the same time, which I haven't clarified yet, but I feel like this is what my intuition is telling me. A lot of you have come in terms of surrendering to the universe. Okay, for fire signs to surrender to the universe is not the easiest thing, but I think you are finally kind of, you know, giving into the universe and saying, what is it? What else do I have left to learn? And let it be. Let it happen in divine timing. Okay, so we're going to clarify this shortly. In the recent past, you have the Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Some of you are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I do see here in the past, for many of you, there was a separation here. There was a lot of sadness. Money issues could have been a problem. Also, financial problems, financial issues between you and your twin flame. That's for some of you, not for everyone. I do see here a lot of loneliness. You might have felt very lonely, very sad ever since this person, you know, disappeared out of your life. I'm getting here someone ghosting you, or there is a very strong cut-off energy. Someone here kind of like disappeared out of your life. We're going to get back to this and clarify. And when I say someone, that's your twin. In the present moment, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So in the present moment, the wheel is spinning. The wheel is spinning, but my head's not spinning. That's what I'm saying. So in the present moment, there is definitely a strong sense of realization that this spiritual journey that you have been on to, that you have been going through a lot of painful days, a lot of lonely days, something here is going to be set right. Virgo energy here. And I do feel like for many of you, this new turning point is going to allow you and your person to come into like a new chapter where you both are going to have a brand new beginning here with the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to get back to this and clarify shortly. In the near future, you have the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. So in the near future, I do see here things moving forward between you and your twin flame in terms of getting back together, communicating, you know, the important things about family. However, I do see here it's either you or your twin flame walking away from something, disconnecting from either a job, either a situation, either a location, in order for you to be together, because some sort of sacrifice here needs to be made in order for you and them to be together. And you also have the Magician at the bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So definitely major realization about how manifestation works and what is it that you are truly manifesting for you. And I think that's something that's going to come true. Now, let's get into your reading and clarify everything for you. So let's clarify the Justina for you, which is the Justice. The Justice here is clarified, which is the challenge, which is the energy, by the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, and the Star at the bottom of the deck. Many of you are dealing with an Aquarius, Jurhos, you know what I'm saying? So there is definitely a major realization for a lot of you, dear Sagittarius. It's like you both are going back and forth, and you know that. You can tell that your twin flame is kind of like going back and forth. There is a lot of questions whether should we get back together or should we not. Because of the journey, because of the past hurts, because of the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords here is talking about that this is not the first time that you guys broke up. This is not the first time that you both separated. Even if it's not that many times, I feel like it feels very heavy. It feels very excruciating for many of you. And I feel like that for a lot of you, you want to see both sides of the story also. Okay, you're an optimist, you're a Sagittarius, you are very positive, you always have a very positive outlook on life. Even things may be like very shitty, but you still find something good. You see that glass half full always. This is Sagittarius, my fellow fire sign. I think in this situation, you're still open to see both sides of the story. You want to kind of try to work it out. And even in the midst of this pain, Sagittarius, you still want to have a brand new beginning and rise out of the ashes. I'm seeing here Phoenix, someone here has a tattoo. Okay, as Phoenix as a tattoo, or maybe there is some sort of an association with it. So your twin flame and you are going back and forth energetically, but also there is this strong realization of seeing the story on both ends. Let's talk about what happened in the past real quick with the Queen of Pentacles, dear Sagittarius. So the Queen of Pentacles in the past is clarified by the Hermit, the Page of Wands, and the Judgment. Some of you are dealing with the Scorpio, Virgo, I'm getting here, possibly another fire sign. For many of you, I do see here someone retreating, someone kind of turning around or going the other way. I do feel like here you and your twin flame embarked on two separate ways, separate journeys. You had a lot of things that you needed to learn on your own, and that journey was very lonely for many of you, okay, internally. Yes, you might have been surrounded with friends, with people, and be social for some time, but I feel like a lot of you went through like the dark night of the soul with the Hermit. The isolation, the loneliness, the sadness, I feel like it was very overwhelming for a lot of you, okay, ever since you and this person separated. And you were still processing in the past, like, why did this happen? Because I feel like you're someone, Sagittarius, that you were very devoted and committed to this person, financially invested, physically invested, spiritually, like in every way, you gave a lot of yourself, all of yourself into this connection. So the Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Hangman. See what I'm saying? So a situation here which ended very painfully and very badly between you and your twin flame had a lot to do with, maybe for some of you, divorce, or the Ten of Cups here, maybe if there were family and children involved, specifically children involved, it was very painful. And this caused you a spiritual awakening, and I need to mention this right now, right here. The Hangman here with the Three of Swords, Hangman is a very spiritual energy, okay? It's about spirituality, ruled by Neptune, Pisces energy, seeing the world, from a different perspective, seeing the situation from a different perspective. And when you see, his head is illuminated. So many of you had a spiritual awakening and epiphany in the recent past because of this heartbreak. And it did lead you to have this spiritual awakening. So, however, it was very painful. I think even if, no matter how much I really try to put into words, Sagittarius, it still is very difficult to describe. I think you are going to be the only one that really knows how hard it was for you to go through that. I'm sending you a big hug, okay, to go through all of that by yourself. Now, in the recent past with the Queen of Swords, I do see here someone cutting you off. I see here like the cut-off energy, someone being very logical, analytical, kind of pulling back, clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Star, and the King of Wands. Aquarius always shows up in your readings. If you're a cross-watcher Aquarius and you haven't done this to Sagittarius, please don't take it personal. Okay, we don't put labels here, but I do see here, as you can see with the King of Wands, that's the Sagittarius energy, the Star is Aquarius, and the Nine of Cups. You wanted happiness with this person. You wanted to fulfill the prophecy of marriage. You wanted to fulfill the prophecy of being with this person and forming family. But I do get the sense of here someone cutting you off, okay? Cutting you off. And with the High Priestess here, I feel like that for many of you, this person and you physically maybe like were cut off and disconnected, but on a spiritual level, on a subconscious level, because the High Priestess is sitting between two pillars. That means that she is aware of the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So many of you felt that there was a very strong spiritual connection and a bond between you and this person, between you and your twin flame. Okay, and that was the journey that you were in. Now you do want to make things right? That's your challenge. So let's talk about this turning point that's going to happen, Sagittarius, with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like almost it's like let's start over. Let's start over. Let's make this happen again. Let's continue on a new way, in a new way. Start from experience and not from scratch. Okay, so and this is going to work out in your favor. By the way, some of you are having a Kundalini awakening. You can see there is a snake right there. That's just a side message that I'm getting for many of you. So the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Six of Cups. You do know that there is big potential for you and this person to actually marry together. This is someone that you feel like you've known from your past lives. With the Six of Cups, somebody that, and I feel like this person is going to come back. They are going to come back. And the Six of Cups is showing up in almost every reading, and we are in Mercury retrograde. So this person is someone that you feel like there is a strong association and connection, and commitment is something that may be on the horizon for you and this person, okay? This turning point here, when this person comes around and comes back, I do feel like here that there is going to be a conversation from their end as well of how this brand new beginning is going to take place for you and them. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles for you and this person, dear Sagittarius. So the Ace of Pentacles is about being practical, having this clear understanding of what kind of a brand new beginning you want to be on, right? So it's clarified by the Devil, the Death card, and the Nine of Wands. So Scorpio, Capricorn energy, something here is transforming, okay? And what's going to transform Sagittarius is this toxic, unhealthy habits, right? We're not here to blame anyone, but when twin flames get together, they mirror a lot of things back to back each other. You see part of yourself in this person and vice versa. And maybe if in your previous relationships, nobody really pointed out certain things to you to work on, or they didn't have to, or maybe your twin flame didn't really have to verbally say that, but I think a lot of things after your twin flame separation, you started, because you're a very smart sign, super smart, you know what I'm saying? You started asking yourself questions. Why am I having these patterns? Why am I being triggered by those situations, right? So with the Devil here in the present moment, before this new beginning is going to happen, there is definitely a lot of things that you are still disentangling yourself from, and your twin flame also separating from, moving on, and also releasing yourself from certain things from the past that might have kept you in a bondage, okay? Or in some sort of an unhealthy and a toxic loop. We are in Scorpio season, and literally the Death card or the Judgment or the Tower, which represents Scorpio, have been showing up and coming up in almost every single reading. So major transformation happening here, metamorphosis, death and a rebirth situation happening, right? And finally coming out of the hermit mode and really seeing the spiritual aspect and the spiritual side of this relationship and of this connection, dear Sagittarius, okay? So the hermit is clarified by the Ace of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm saying, love me some nice, thick Ace of Wands. So there is going to be a brand new beginning between you and your twin flame. And I think that with the Eight of Pentacles, it looks like there is going to be a fresh start in terms of wanting to invest into this relationship, wanting to work things together and put things into a different perspective. There's also a lot of financial aspects of this connection. I think you both, seem to be really hardworking. There is definitely investment, and this is about really starting from a brand new beginning, from experience. You and this person could buy a home together, or could plan on buying some sort of a property, purchasing something. Here I'm getting here, someone's getting a new car also. Okay, Very good, brand new beginning. So communication, 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. So I feel like either you or your twin flame really got to walk away from something, a situation here maybe that has been very unfulfilling, maybe leaving a job or something, and just maybe starting something like a family business together. But there is movement and there is communication, Sagittarius, coming in towards your way, and your twin flame. So the 8 of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Swords. You and your twin flame are definitely going to be executing something here. An execution of a project, an execution of an idea, or taking this relationship to the next level. Definitely a strong sense of investment, strong sense of communication, and telling the truth and being extremely honest with each other, taking this to the next level. Knight of Wands is actually fire sign energy here. So you see the flames coming out of the Knight of Wands, the helmet, the arms, right? Like the shoes pointed where? To the future. Y'all know I didn't just wake up and start shuffling them cards, right? I know how to do tarot and I'm learning every single day, and I love my work and I love what I'm doing. So in the near future, you and your twin flame are going to be setting an intention to embark onto a direction where there is going to be clear communication, there is going to be honesty and an execution of some sort of a project, or maybe doing something very significant for both of you. Let's talk about the 10 of Pentacles for you, Sagittarius, in the near future. Family, marriage, if you already have kids, I do see here you and this person finally settling down, and your twin flame. When I said this person is your twin flame, literally, like that's just what it is. So I'm saying, it's just that me doing those readings, I do them on like completely different separate days and set an intention, and it takes a lot of energy and focus. Okay, so remember when I was saying that this is a confirmation. I don't know what it is, guys, but someone here got to walk away from someone or something. 8 of Cups here is twice, and I am clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles, dear Sagittarius, is clarified by the 8 of Cups again, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. Do you see this person walking away, right? So in order for you and your twin flame to build this empire together, to build this beautiful union and connection together, there is definitely a strong need here to walk away. There is something here, someone's got to let go of something or someone from living in the past, because it's just very unfulfilling. And I know that you and your twin flame, it's either you or them, have been thinking about that with the 2 of Swords. Whether should I let go? Should I quit this job? Should I do this? It's a personal decision. I'm not going to be the one to sit here and to tell what to do. But I do see here some sort of a decision that needs to be made, or that is going to be made, in order for them to be with you, or in order for you to actually build this together. So let's actually get to the bottom of the root, shall we, with the 8 of Cups. Let's see, what is it that you need to know? What is this walking away situation, dear Sagittarius? So the 8 of Cups is clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, the World, and the Chariot, an ending of some sort of a situation. There is a move. There is a move that's going to happen, okay? The Chariot here leaving the city behind. So maybe either you or your twin flame, or both of you, are going to relocate, move to a different city, town, state, whatever that might be, because there is a cycle that's closing up. Absolutely. The World is the last card in Major Arcana, and it means a move. It means a closure. It means a chapter here closing, and there is the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles here talks about the abundant lifestyle that you want to create with your twin flame. The abundant lifestyle, buying a home, mega house, mega business, mega success, mega happiness. I'm saying Megan the Stallion. So it is going to be, it's promising, but a cycle here is got to close up, Sag. I'm saying, and I know that you can do this. I think for many of you, it's like you're dealing with someone who might have been very indecisive, right? Kind of like letting go. Like I said, kind of there is a situation that, yes, there is both sides of the story, but ultimately you and your twin flame want to create happiness. How is this going to happen? Someone's going to make some sort of a sacrifice. I'm saying some sassy shit out there. So let's get the advice, then I'm going to pull some messages of love and see what is it that you need to know. My cutie patootie looking always so good. So Sagittarius, your advice here, the Death, the 6 of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. Again, it really comes down to what I was just saying here, movement. Do you see these people on a boat, on a body of water? They're moving from these choppy waters, okay? It means that there is a situation that's been turbulent, it's been difficult. Maybe it's your location, geographical location, family matters, people around you, circle of friends, and things like that. Whatever it might be, that's something that needs to change. You have the death card here coming up twice, right? And if someone is gonna, also someone here might have some drinking habits or some substance abuse habits or toxic behaviors, they gotta let go of that too. Now, the advice for you is to really see and discuss that with your twin flame for both of you, that there is a prophecy here that is going to be fulfilled for you too. Nine of Cups, the self-fulfilling prophecy for the twin flames, for the Sagittarius and their twin, about happiness, stability, creating something together. And you know, it's not always the easiest. I mean, it's easy to say than done. If you're gonna disconnect, right? If you're gonna move somewhere else, if you're gonna leave whatever is out there behind you and move somewhere else, it may seem kind of disheartening. It may bring up a lot of questions, how it's gonna happen, what's gonna happen next. But you know, it's about trusting the divine and trusting the universe. And I have moved from place to place a couple of times, like literally stepping into the unknown. And Sagittarius, when I trusted the universe and I trusted the unknown, and like literally, like with little money, knowing nobody else, absolutely made it happen, made it. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that you can do too. Just keep your eyes on the vision and make it happen. So let's see what is the messages of love here for you. What is the messages of vision? So the messages of love for you, it says healing. And it says old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting, right? This is one of the things that I always keep mentioning, and it keeps coming up for all signs, of course. But when we heal the inner child, inner child wounds, and we, do the shadow work, and that's one of the roles of like a twin flame to show to us. What are the things that are triggering us? What is it that we need to heal, we need to recover from? Because, it's not about blaming the other person, because when we heal ourselves and your twin flame, they heal themselves, you both are going to find yourself being in a very healthy, committed, and loving relationship. You know what I mean? So that's why things are going to be set right. There's going to be a lot of healing happening. And the end goal here is definitely like happiness and an abundant life. But it also comes down to with letting go of the limiting beliefs. 11:01 on my timer right now, and 22:00. So letting go of the old limiting beliefs that might have been kind of keeping you and this person in hostage and not allowing you and them to move forward, and forgiving each other, forgiving your parents also, because they didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? What is the messages of love from Sagittarius, from their person to them? So Sagittarius, it says when it comes to, I have to come really close. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love, right? So it is about realizing that this situation is not a right or wrong. It's about seeing through it. And I'm sure you have no problem with that. The glass half full, and seeing the positive side of this. And then the message here, literally, what I was just saying, surrender. When I said it's difficult for fire signs. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. So this is an absolute confirmation. We were just saying earlier. Letting go, we have the death card here. And most importantly, when I talked about your past, Sagittarius, letting go, walking away from things that are very familiar, from things that are very known, from certain emotions, certain feelings, certain set of beliefs that we keep holding on to. We don't need to take no revenge on nobody. We don't need to gotta be no mean to nobody. We don't gotta try to prove nothing to nobody. I'm saying just be the best version of yourself, love and light. Genuinely. So, Sagittarius, my cutie patootie looking all this so good. This is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your most favorite fire sign. Funny. Armenian guy, love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.